It'll say.
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome to another episode of the Magna Carta Sports Podcast. We are your hosts here today. My name is Chris, here with Alex and Rich. Here to get into, the biggest sports topics over the last week or so. How you gentlemen feeling today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Top of the week.
I'm trying. My Sixers. I thought they was gonna make it to the to the finals, but we're going to the lottery.
Straight tanking.
Hey man, it's not looking much better out west, but we definitely gonna get into it. Thank all the fans for checking us out so far, liking the episodes, watching the episodes. Make sure you like and subscribe to the Magna Carta Sports Network as well. With that being said, we'll go right ahead and get into it. Happy holidays, gentlemen. The NBA season kicked off this week.
Yes, sir.
Starting out in Boston, Sixers and Celtics. And then also we had on the nightcap, we had Lakers Warriors. So interested to definitely hear from you, Rich, on your Sixers opening week. And we're going to get into my Lakers for sure as well. But your thoughts on that opening night game, Rich? Sixers, Celtics.
Yeah, for sure. So before I did my first recording this week, I was like, yo, NBA Finals this year, I got the Sixers and I got the Clippers. I was about to hit record and I was like, nah, bro, I don't trust Harden or Embiid. I erased that and I went on and recorded. I was like, I don't think his body going to hold up. And sure enough, we're here at 0-3. So this has been a challenge. Like I don't know, the whole group. Like Doc Rivers, like outside of that 1 year with KG, Doc Rivers has really never been a real winning coach. James Harden has mostly been there's nothing James Harden can do in a regular season that's going to impress. Like he's averaged 35 points a game. He's done everything else that he can do. Joel Embiid, Embiid's body doesn't. He can't play 75 games and then have a big playoff run. So it's at this point right now, it's like this is.
Like I said last year, like I said not too long ago, bro, I feel like last year was a good year for Embiid. I think that injury that he took to the face, really kind of messed him up, like in terms of the momentum that they, because I really felt like they could have went a little way in the playoffs, but I don't know, man. This is supposed to be a whole new season, clean slate, so I don't know what the Sixers got going on right now, man. What's some changes that you think need to be made?
At this point right now, I'm a tear it down type of guy. Like I think the Sixers have gone about as far as they're going to go. Like it's,
blow it up.
I mean, like I said, like it's a good time right now. Like I think some teams are looking to win the championship. You can flip and beat for a huge package right now. I love what the Patriots did. Get out of a player 2 years early rather than 1 year too late. You know what I mean? So I think for the most part, we've seen the best of Embiid as a number one option. I think he he can get a crazy haul and then let's start over. That's what I'm thinking.
Any ceilings for him right now? You think he reached the ceiling or no?
I think in this particular environment, I just like you said, like it's a lot. Like for whatever reason, his body just doesn't like other players that they can go through a whole season and still be fresh, ready to go in the playoffs. His body just doesn't seem like he can do that. So like my thought process was kind of let Maxey kind of be the driving force during the regular season. Let him be kind of coast, average like 20 points a game, and then kind of have like a Kawhi Leonard type, you know what I mean, like kind of load management type of year. Rather than pushing him, try to average 18 to 20 points a game and have him strong for the playoffs. So I don't know.
Makes sense.
For me, man, I'm here to tell the truth today, fellas, man. The Sixers to me right now are just a very unserious, basketball when it comes to the championship basketball. I mean, in those big moments, you really look for your stars to, step it up and at least, kind of show that they're going to be there in the end, right? For me, Embiid and Harden, they really had chances all night, when those moments came when you're either down 4 or down 6 or up a couple buckets, to really just say, all right, we're taking this game tonight, For Harden, I know he had that hamstring injury a couple years. It seems like ever since then, and he was trying to get himself traded and stuff from Houston. It seems like ever since then he's lost his step. He really to dominate, getting to the basket and getting fouled. But right now he pretty much just settles for step back jumpers, which I know he's been pretty good at, but now is not falling as much. And Embiid, man, like you look at a guy like this, he has all the skill in the world, but sometimes for me, it just doesn't seem like he wants to dominate his opponent. And Shaq and Chuck talk about it all the time. That's the only thing really missing from him. Sometimes he just settles for threes and mid range. And I'm like, yo, you're like 300 pounds, 7'2", like at least attempt to back down or duck into the basket and get to the free throw again. But the Celtics, kudos to them because they came out and looked very strong. I just saw two different trending teams for me. The Celtics look like they're ready again to make another run. Tatum and Brown look like they got better again, which they do each and every year. And the Sixers, man, they got some work to do for me. And
yes, sir. Yeah. The East is different now, man. They have to make that change.
Tank for Victor.
It might be time. I was thinking my Lakers should do that too, but I forgot we don't even have a first round pick, so we're gonna get to
it. They said the commissioner looking at all these teams, they seem to be trying to tank a lot. So we're gonna see how that go.
Bro, if commissioner even say something, LeBron gonna slap him. Like nobody takes that guy serious.
That can't.
It don't really make sense though. Like if it was, say it was for a small market team. They can't attract big stars, right?
Right.
Big stars lead small market team. They don't the commissioner don't say nothing.
Right.
So what do you expect these dudes to do if they can't compete with the money? They can't compete with the stars. They're gonna tank it, but
they gotta tank.
But as soon as they tank, now you want to find them. Like there's no really winning on the small market team in the NBA. It's the craziest thing because the parity is just gone. Really, like all the big market teams are. Use their money, they use their cap space like Golden State. Golden State paying like $300 million over the cap. It's crazy.
Yeah, everybody got money out there. Golden State.
Yeah, like it's interesting, like you said, like right now, a lot of teams, like it depends on how serious you are right now. Like in the NFL, right? If somebody's tanking for 1 year, no one cares. Everyone understands that you're trying to get the best player you can get. But in the NBA, they're like, no, we don't want this. We don't want y'all to do this. It's more just a matter of who is the GM. Because if he's smart, he can rebuild pretty quickly. So yeah, like going back to the Embiid thing you was talking about, like Embiid is 6 inches taller than Zion, but Zion looks like how you want Embiid to play. He don't care how big you are. He's like, yo, I'm chopping you down. So if I was you, I'd get out of my way.
Zion is going crazy this year. It looks like he's about to go, trying to make some runs, trying to make up for all last year, So I'm definitely gonna put some money on, Pelicans to go far again. You know what I mean? Because I think they still got some pieces, and they found kind of like their chemistry last year when they played the Suns. They showed a lot of people like, they're not here to just be a small market team, I guess you could say, so to speak. You got Brandon Ingram trying to make strides. Who you say was Brandon Ingram was better than West? I know you said that in the chat not too long ago. And Chris had to kind of.
He was better. He's better than AD, 100%.
Okay.
He's on open market right now. Open market right now. You're like, yo, AD and BI are both available. No one's putting up anything for Brandon Ingram. They're like, yo, listen, we have Josh Hart.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting, man. And then who was the other teams? Chris, you said Lakers and Warriors.
Well, my Lakers got off to, a very unserious start as well. We faced the defending champs on opening night. Shot, I think, 1 for whatever it was from three, like or some terrible percentage. We shot like 40 and made like 5 so from 3-pointer.
Right.
And just the Lakers, a lot of times, honestly, like not even be biased, we just beat ourselves. Like when the game gets close again, we just somehow just turn the ball over, 3-4 straight times, and that sparks a run for the other team. It doesn't really matter, what LeBron or AD do, just because, we're kind of just going to beat ourselves. And then the other team on the other end, you got Steph Curry, Jordan Poole had a big night. Good to see him connect with Draymond on a nice play backdoor. After their little, thing they had going on. And just overall for the first week, I mean, even today, we played Portland. Russell Westbrook in a 2-for-1 situation at the end of the game. We're up 1 point against Portland. And he shoots a mid-range jump shot that just, had no chance of going in. Damian Lillard gets the possession, and of course, it's Dame time in LA all the time, it seems. So he hit back three, and we end up losing the game. So
yeah, that's just a lot of rah-rah talk for y'all suck, bro.
Bottom line.
Bro, at the end, the Lakers tie it up 104, right? Jeremy Grant gets the ball, and LeBron's literally like, yo, I'm not trying to play any defense. He drives right by him.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. That's just, he probably just like, yo, forget it, bro. Like, my energy's not even there no more, like, after that play.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And they go off and lose. They lose to the Clippers the next game, and they lost to the Blazers. Yeah, like, it's just
terrible basketball, man. Like, they turn it over, they miss layups, miss wide open shots all night. I don't know where we're going to go for the end of. We might end up with the worst record, honestly.
I love when LeBron like misses an assignment and then he puts his hand up, like, look at the dude behind him, like he blaming on the other guy, like, yo, bro, that was
where the hell D at? That's crazy. I mean,
like, he don't like to be like, he's all about protecting his legacy. Right. Anything that happens that's bad, he's like, yo, this is not my fault. So,
right.
And that's where, all time where I know everybody basically has LeBron ahead of Kobe right now, but that Kobe, MJ mentality, they're not going to leave anything in the tank anytime they're on the court. And I feel like sometimes, LeBron, he does kind of do that a little bit. And just like, yo, if our team needs you to get 40 points a night, like, at least try to do that. Like, but he'll just be kind of, passive and kind of, I don't know.
Yeah. And like the one that got me was a few years ago in 2018. I'm sure everybody remember this, the J.R. Smith game where he's like,
bro,
2 seconds to go, shoot the ball. After that he packed it up. Like after that game, he had 50 that night. I think he had averaged like 17 points a game after that. He was like, okay, I'm going.
That was his best season to me. Like, watching LeBron, to me, that was the best season I ever seen from him. Like, he was just going crazy that season.
I would definitely say 2016 to 2018, LeBron was probably the best
different, bro,
I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah.
Just from the standpoint, just doing it all, really. Just going all out.
Yeah.
Like, he was flying around those years. If he had done that in Miami, we would have went off top. I don't think he really realized who he was until after 2011 when we lost.
He doesn't realize who he is. He can get a bucket.
He's him.
I always compare it to like the Neo situation where you don't realize you're the one. Like,
you're him.
You're him yet? That's that situation. Remember when Neo gets shots and he's like, okay, now I'm the one. Like, that's the situation where it's like, bro, you gotta take this team and you gotta do it. You gotta be the one. Like, you can't, like, Wade was Wade, but like Wade was clearly declining. But
right.
We needed you to be the leader of the team. And I don't think he realized until after we lost.
Right.
I've been tracking this whole like Lakers thing, and it's just funny because like the Lakers got a championship out of it, but Kuzma put up 26 the other night. Brandon Ingram about to be an all-star for the second time. Like, it's like, if
he didn't get injured, even Lonzo would have got better.
What you call it? Caruso balling in Chicago. You got what's the KCP balling in Denver? Like, it's and y'all giving up like 7 picks. Like, it's looking like
it's crazy, bro.
Look at New Orleans like Anthony Davis who like.
Hindsight 2020, man. But I think they definitely would probably be better off they did their way, but.
Yeah, I think
LeBron was on like at a speed up time. They had to accelerate it. So
like they need to come to reality. They need to trade Anthony Davis and like if LeBron,
think so?
If LeBron want to stay cool, they need to tear it down because like the way I see it, Anthony Davis is like he's him and Embiid are like the same thing. At some point, they're going to break down earlier than what you expect. Get as much spend for him right now. If LeBron want to keep chucking up shots and just like like. Do whatever it is that he wants to do, so be it. But
let's talk about the shooters on the Lakers right now too, because just even watching them, they really don't have any shooters, and the league is just full of shooters. So I feel like they definitely have to make a change in that. They even saying how Patrick just chucking up shots now that he there. Curry, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I like what Lonnie Walker is doing though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do like what he's doing. You know, Kendrick, they saying they wait for Kendrick to come out of his shell. He just like this is like his first season back. So, you know, I think y'all still got some time, but yeah, it's not looking too good, bro. It's not looking too good.
Nah, but the Eastern Conference is gonna be interesting. Like say like the Miami finally got their first dub, but they just look like they've been winning just out of grit, like for the most part. My man Kyle Larry with Big Booty Larry is out there balling. He had 2 points the other night, getting paid $30 million. Like say like the Bucks, you got Celtics, you got the Nets. Like the Eastern Conference is going to be.
Oh yeah,
you know
definitely.
I mean?
I see
the Sixers as like the 4 to 6 seed, and now it's like yeah, if they don't really have a leader, like say like both of them guys, like if something goes bad, they gonna so
yeah, no accountability on that team.
Yeah, seriously. And Doc Rivers be quick. He another one. He real quick to defend his legacy. He'll bail quick. Like yeah, when he realized the ship's over, he got fired from the Clippers. He had a job with the Sixers the next day.
This man Doc.
I do know the jump ship.
Yeah. Nah, it's interesting. But I like what's going on with the Knicks. The Knicks been interesting. They haven't won as much, but the last few games, but they look, you know what I mean. They look
like they're getting it together, man. Like I think that Brunson, even watching that Memphis game, you know, like even though they didn't win, I saw a lot of good decision making. So I was happy about that. You know, I think that there's still like even the young players, I think there's still like some lessons that need to be learned, you know, just from pure experience. But I think once you have like a pure point guard, it's only like brighter from there, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody could just come into their own. Even it looks like Cam's getting more minutes now, you know, so I'm happy about that, you know what I mean? I see RJ Barrett, like he doesn't have to primarily have the ball anymore, so like that's gonna take the load off of him. So even Julius Randle balling a little bit, so you know that's how you know it's about to be a different season, you know. So I'm putting them in that playoff run. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think everyone is kind of like, I think Julius Randle kind of looking around. He's like, okay, so when am I getting traded? Like, I mean, Obi Toppin, every time he get in the game, he's doing it between the legs dunk. Like,
yeah, for real. 4
minutes. Now, Celtics again. I know I mentioned them earlier. They look really strong.
Right.
You know, under interim head coach Joe Mazzulla. It like you know, talking about chemistry. They just look like they're like best friends off the court, or I don't know what type of chemistry they got going there, but it's working. You know, defensively, they're really good. Marcus Smart had like some crazy stat that I read about all the players he's guarded so far, holding them to like 7 points or something. And then again, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just look like are just only going to keep going up each and every year. Tatum had 40 piece last night on Orlando Magic. So I'm definitely looking for the Celtics to at least get back to another conference finals run.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. They were interesting. Like you said, the Sixers played the Celtics, and the first thing I was looking at, I was like, the one thing is like, what's the name? Thibault didn't play. He had 0 minutes. I'm like, that's obviously a coaching issue. Like how the best defender in the NBA, you don't get no minutes. Like, okay, first off,
he's still on the Sixers.
Yeah, he's still on the Sixers. Yeah. He get no playing time.
Dude, Thibault sucks, bro. I don't know.
He's a good defender, bro.
I don't know what you Sixers do seeing this guy. The guy sucks,
bro. He a good defender. I ain't gonna lie.
He's okay defensively, but he's a liability. Anything else, like he's not scoring. You know,
not scoring.
Bro,
I saw him knock down a couple.
The issue is that there are other teams that can utilize what he does well. Like I always love like Rick Carlisle's team, right? They'll have like players that like have like one skill, and he will just put them in the right place that they can excel every single time. I'm not sure if y'all seen it, but the young boy from Indiana Pacers, Ben Maturin or whatever, dude is straight up balling, son. Like he's coming off the bench, averaging like 25 a game right now. Like he's hooping like crazy right now. Yeah. So there's a lot of good things going on. Like, go ahead.
It's gonna be a great season, man. Like you mentioned, there's so much young talent. Who's I gonna mention? What out west? In Portland today. This kid Shadian Sharp that you always love to talk about. West, he was he's playing on a trampoline, like he's about to jump over the backboard a couple times. the Dallas Mavericks. I was watching them versus Memphis last night. You know, Luka was just doing it all. He looked like
Luka's
a magician.
still him. Yep.
Yeah. Luka's different. I'm looking for, you know, another MVP type season for him for sure. And then they picked up Christian Wood, who looked like he was fitting in, you know, perfectly already as well. So it's just going to be a great season overall so far. What do you guys think about the, you know, the Western Conference team so far?
Just a quick moment back on the Eastern Conference. I got the Magic and the play-in.
Okay.
Yeah,
who about to take them?
Banchero looks good, bro.
Yeah, what you call what's the boy name? Banchero.
Paolo.
He's great. I don't nobody want to see them like they're front
Definitely rookie of the year.
It's gonna be tough between like Ben Maturin from the Pacers, him, but he's like I expect like the Magic gonna win enough games that he's gonna be the one who gets
right
for it. So yeah, like the other dude from Houston, he's looking rough. Like his game is he looks like he hasn't physically matured. Jabari Smith. Like he looks like his body hasn't fully developed. So it'll take him another year or two. But Banchero came in the league. He looks like a man.
He belong there already.
He looks like a man. So big facts.
Magic gonna play in. All right, so I mean, in terms of the West, like the West is always like they've been looking good for the last couple of years. So I don't really write anybody off too much. I mean, the Lakers just lost to the Kings not too long ago, right? So not to bring that up, but it's like I still got the Warriors number one. You know, I still got them taking it all right now. In terms of seeding, I haven't really made my predictions on that. I think Portland is definitely going to be in there. I think the Suns are definitely going to be in there. I saw them play. They looking still, you know, like they got some chemistry. I didn't see Crowder starting, you know. So they made some like lineup changes, you know, but I still think they can do something. Who else? Memphis, you said?
Clippers. I got Clippers up there, bro. I think Clippers gonna be a top 3 seed if Kawhi and Paul George stay healthy. Honestly,
this is the thing.
They're looking real. Their offense looking real good.
Yeah.
I didn't. Did y'all see Reggie Jackson? Is he hurt? I didn't see him play when they played the.
Nah, he's hooping. He's just like he's playing like he realizes how much talent he has on the team, so he's taking a step back. He's kind of being.
I didn't see him play against the Lakers.
Yeah, he's being more of a 3-and-D type of player right now, rather than being so much offensive focused.
Okay, cool. I think that John Wall pickup was good too.
Yeah, that was a good pickup.
Yeah,
he abused us the other night.
Yeah, what's called the Denver Nuggets are hooping it. They just beat the Warriors the other night. Like it was interesting because the game started right, and then like the Warriors had it going early, and they were scoring like crazy. You look up, and Denver's only down 1. I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, Denver's going to be a problem. Like they added Bruce Bowen, they added KCP, they got Jamal Murray back, and they got other boy Porter Jr. So yeah, they're going to be really difficult to beat. Even in the playoffs right now, like I said before, like I said last year, like I don't know, like with the Warriors, like if it wasn't for the Boston Celtics choking, like the Warriors lose in the finals last year. So it'll be interesting to see how this year goes. If they have to play against the Clippers, play against Denver, and against some other good team, will be interesting to see how they fare in the playoffs.
Y'all really think the Clippers gonna do something this year?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like the writing's on the wall for them to have at least one good year where they get to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Their coach, I think Ty Lue is a lot like Eric Spoelstra, whereas like when you think of the best coaches, you never mention their names, but in the playoffs, like I put Ty Lue's coaching up against anybody. Like he knows how to make chess moves. Like
right. Yeah, the only thing I was thinking about with the Clippers was, I guess you could say, the age, a little bit, compared to the teams that's playing now, but I think they could pull it off if, they playing with good chemistry. They could just slow the fast teams down, and just have them play their game. So, yeah, I think they could definitely do that.
It's been 3 or 4 games. Who do y'all think is gonna win the MVP this year?
Oof. Luka. What'd you say, Juice?
I'm leaning probably either Luka or Ja.
Yeah, I'm in the Ja camp as well.
Ja.
Ja Yeah. I mean, those just from eye test and who you love to watch. I would say right now those are actually two of my favorite players for sure. As I'm sure you guys are too. But yeah, they matched up last night and Luka put in work, man.
Yeah.
Ja started off the game really good. And then they kind of clamped up on him defensively. He didn't have I think a couple of his teammates were injured too, so they were able to lock in on him. But Luka, he was just I think he had like 25 in the first quarter. And then he was getting assists too. He was rebounding, throwing outlet passes. I was like, damn, this guy fun to watch. I think Luka MVP.
I'm a huge fan of Dallas's like team. Like they didn't have Hardaway Jr. last year at the end of the season, and he's back. They have what's the boy from off the bench? The point guard.
Dinwiddie?
Yeah, Dinwiddie. Yeah, so he's a good starting / backup, and then they
Shout out to him.
and added a Capazzo. Then like they have a ton of shooting and everything else. This feels a lot like the 2011 like Mavericks team. If they get into the playoffs and they have like a good matchup, I won't be shocked they get like I think they made it to the conference finals last year. I won't be shocked if they make it again this year, possibly upset somebody. I think what Luka has that LeBron type of thing, right? Where he himself he's going to play up and above. I think so far he's averaged like 33 points a game in his playoff career, something like that. So at some point he's going to have just like an out of body experience like LeBron in 07, where he's going to upset somebody. So and this team looks like they're good enough where they can support him around when he does go nuclear.
Well, I think Luke is definitely doing good. Now, to compare him to some of these other players, do you think that there's like an athletic hindrance or an athletic ceiling for him that's really going to cause him not to, get to that next level?
I don't think so at all. Luka goes at his own pace, and you can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. That's the craziest thing about him. He's like the thing is he looks slow. If you really watch him, he looks slow, but he gets to anywhere on the floor. And that's what's really magical about him. To just watch that.
Right.
Yeah, he's like the most unathletic player ever. It's like he's able to create a lot of separation, with Euro steps, the step back, of course, and there's no guarding him, one-on-one. So he's actually
shoot. Yeah, for real.
It's all about the fundamentals of footwork.
MVP too. I got Giannis in there too. My bad to cut you off. Giannis has a really good start to the season going too. So never forget the Greeks.
Yeah, 44 points, 20. Like his counting stats are just be ridiculous. Like I think for the last 4 years, he basically averaged 30 points in 30 minutes a game. Like he's completely ridiculous.
You take it for granted. You be like, oh yeah, all he does is dunk. But exactly what we're talking about when we talk about AD and Embiid in terms of dominating. Like Giannis, he wants to dominate you every single night he's out there, and most of the time he's gonna do it just by pure will. Now he's knocking down more jumpers too. I see him hit threes. I'm like, oh man, this is getting scary. Defensively, he doesn't take a night off either. He blocks shots, gets steals. So I'm definitely looking for Giannis in that top 3 as well for MVP.
That's the craziest part. People be like, oh, all he does is dunk, but if you know what he's doing and you can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
So that's dominance, really. That's the craziest part.
It's always fun watching in the playoffs because like it'll be 2 games to 2 games, and then Giannis is about to go nuclear. Like he does it every single year. He's like, okay, you're playing. All of a sudden he's like, okay, I'm going for 45 tonight. There's nothing anybody else can do about it.
Yeah,
I mean, like
for real.
Last year was interesting because Jason Tatum was able to match him, and that's what. But like if Chris Middleton's there, they win that game and they win the series. But like,
what's the timeline on his return?
Chris Middleton, they had a update that says like he's going to miss a few weeks.
Okay.
But they're interesting because they have Middleton out, they have Pat Connaughton out, and they have Joe Ingles. All 3 of them are 6'8", and they're all like rotational players. So like they're going to add a lot to their team coming up. I'm sure as teams, like you said, as teams start to fire sale, People are going to be calling up the Jazz and calling up the Hornets to get some players. So I'm sure the Bucks will be looking to add a few players at the trade deadline.
Bucks. I mean, we haven't talked about this team. This is still like a surprising team, you know, coming back. But what y'all feel about the Nets this season, man? What's going on over there in that land? I see Kyrie playing. We got Ben Simmons there now, you know. He out here taking jump shots at practice and just straight airballing. Like, what's going on, bro?
New York guy. There's another dumpster fire.
Just waiting to happen, man. Just waiting to happen. Everyone's just sitting there just waiting for this to happen, man.
Bro, at some point, Ben Simmons is going to be like, "Yo, I don't want to do this." Like, and Kyrie still doesn't have a contract. Like they're setting themselves up for failure here. Like, it's definitely going to blow up.
They have too much talent. They have to make the playoffs, though. At least I think they're definitely gonna make the playoffs. It's just too much talent or firepower on one team for them not to make the playoffs. I know we say the same thing about the Lakers, but they're at least still active, and you know, hopefully nobody gets injured. If they all stay healthy, they definitely make the playoffs, and then we just see where they go from there. You know, but yeah, man.
I think realistically, no one really
get swept.
We get swept first round again.
Yeah. They're gonna show up. They're gonna show up, and the Heat gonna punch them in the mouth.
Get back down there.
They don't want none of that. So
speaking of the Heat punching people in the mouth, they over there brawling.
Caleb Martin.
Yeah,
I like that. Like every year we get in a fight. Every year.
Tackle that man in the front
row. One of our players, Caleb Martin, tackled a dude into the front row.
Oh wow, I see that.
Oh, yeah.
Played the Raptors. Just uncalled for.
So yeah, make sure y'all leave y'all comments make sure you leave comments in the comment section on MVPs, you know, how you think the teams are going to finish out this year, Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and make sure you like and subscribe to the Magna Carta Sports Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Peace.
Yeah.